The great old Canadian outdoors. It's a fantastic time to be out here, especially in the lockdown in Canada, Ontario. It's nice to be outside, however, at night, next to the stagnant water, there are a lot of mosquitoes and it is a huge nuisance. Hey guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about the BASEIN mosquito killer. I'm really excited about this because I'm naturally more inclined to get mosquito bites. I'm just more attracted to mosquitoes in general, and it's been proven by genetics. I've done an ancestry test and it says that I am very much more susceptible to getting mosquitoes. So this is an essential tool, especially since I live near a swamp and there's a lot of stagnant water, so a lot of mosquitoes are being bred near my place. Also, I'm just out in northern Canada and there's just a lot more bugs and mosquitoes. So does this work? Let's find out in this video. So before we get into my opinions about this, I just want to talk about the form factor and how it's built. Now, one of the coolest things about this particular mosquito killer or UV light is that it comes with a special remote. And this is quite handy to have, especially if you're gonna have this mounted pretty far up, somewhere like high up, and maybe you don't wanna knock it over. It's really actually pretty handy to have. So on the back over here, you can see that there's a little mount and they provide you with the hardware, so you can just mount this. They do recommend to have this about maybe a meter above the floor for optimal position. So using both of these, there's going to be a timer feature. This allows you to, you operate this more efficiently, not wasting any energy. You can actually having this running for 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours. So you're not going to waste your electricity, and it's also a better safety hazard thing so that you don't maybe kind of run this for too long and have, blow out the light bulbs. So now there is a little tray to keep all your dead mosquitoes inside. This is very satisfying to see when you have a whole bunch of mosquitoes inside. You take it out and then you're like, oh wow, that killed a lot of bugs. So very nifty thing to hear. It's very easy to clean and just kind of get all the gunk out of there. It also comes with a brush, which allows you to clean in between the grills of this UV mosquito killer. And that is a very nifty little tool. Another really important design aspect of this mosquito killer is the actual grills. They're small enough that it's really hard to get your hand in between. Now obviously a child with small fingers could somehow squeeze their finger inside, but it's very unlikely. So it is definitely safe for child use nearby. And you're probably gonna have this mounted pretty high up, so no one's actually gonna really touch it. Now the normal operation of this is not distracting at all. I really like that it runs really quietly. So how exactly does this technology work? Well, this is very common. You might have seen this at a restaurant. You see that when you're sitting outside, there's a UV light and it's zapping all the bugs. It works the same way. So there's a 365 nanometer UV light that is benign to humans, so it's not going to affect humans at all. It's totally safe. They get zapped, and that is the very satisfying part. Sometimes you can hear it. You get like a little zzz, and then it's just, and then it's a really nice experience to know that you're being protected every time you can hear a little bit of a zip. Now, BASEIN claims that this high voltage kind of shield, it can last very long time, especially the light bulbs. They use some special technology to make sure that it doesn't kind of blow out and you have to replace it all the time. I haven't obviously tested this. I've only had this for a couple of weeks, but so far I've had no issues. I just want to caveat that mosquitoes are more attracted to carbon dioxide, but if there is an electric mesh nearby and they happen to fly in it, it will zap them. This tool is really useful to zap other types of annoying bugs. So for example, let's say you don't like moths or you have gnats or midges and stuff like that. This will really help get rid of it. But in that mix, there may be mosquitoes that will get zapped. So this does help overall to reduce the amount of bugs in your area, but isn't necessarily going to target 100% all the mosquitoes in your area if you're outside. Now, based on my results after using this for quite some time, I find that the best results come usually when it's pretty much dark and that this is the only thing that's lit up. So let's say you're out on the deck and you're trying to have a barbecue. It's recommended to turn off as many other light sources as possible so that this is the only light source that attracts all the bugs and especially those darn mosquitoes. And another tip when using this is to actually have this on prior to kind of going into the room. They recommend having this in a dark, sheltered room. So let's say you're maybe working at home a lot and maybe you have some mosquitoes that leaked in. Just kind of turn this on, turn off the lights, and then all the mosquitoes will be zapped. Now this has to do with the human odor. If you're going to be in there prior to having this on, the mosquitoes are still going to be attracted to you. So it's better to have this on, leave it in your room for 2 hours, and then come inside, and then it's going to be way more effective. And this is what I found from my experience of using this. And especially when you're outdoors, it is somewhat effective. Now, obviously it's not going to be as effective if you're just indoors and you have it in a dark room. It's definitely going to attract a lot of the more mosquitoes that have leaked into your house. But when you're outdoors, I do recommend using other types of alternatives, such as having citronelle candles out there. It's going to help a little bit, but definitely having this outdoors does reduce the amount of mosquitoes that are kind of attacking me when I'm out barbecuing, for example. Okay, so that's it for my video review of the BASEIN mosquito killer. Now this is a very effective UV light. I really like how it's compact, it's very quiet. Definitely recommend checking this out. Let me know in the comments, have you personally been affected by mosquitoes when you're barbecuing on your deck, especially when you live in more kind of a rural type of place where there's lots of forestation and water and mosquitoes are coming by all the time. So let me know if this has been an effective method of reducing the amount of mosquitoes attacking you, all those annoying itches and all that stuff. Very curious to know. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.